talk ladies football. Reading FC ladies team, I'm telling you now, over the last 2 or 3 seasons or so, have come right up to the top. Creme de la creme. They are a fantastic outfit. And joining me live in the studio, their manager, their boss, the gaffer, Kelly Chambers. Kelly, good afternoon.
Afternoon, AD.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good,
You
thanks.
look very glam, Kelly. You didn't have to dress up for me, honestly. Joggers would have been fine.
I would love to stay in joggers, but I'm in them every day, so it's nice to get out of them.
Absolutely. As I said, the last 2 years or so, Reading FC ladies have gone from, I don't want to be disrespectful in any way, but they've gone from there right up. I mean, they have raised the bar now, haven't they? I mean, they're a serious outfit.
Yeah, definitely. I've been there for many years now, but to see it grow and develop how it has been fantastic. And it's more because of the WSL now, the Super League, and now we're actually able to be a semi-professional team where players can get paid and stuff to do what they love to do.
I mean, I guess Fran Kirby sort of sets the standard, doesn't she? International, of course. I think your first game last week, was it down in Yeovil, the West Country?
Yes, it was.
4-2. She got a couple of goals, did she?
Just
she got
a couple, yeah.
She got all 4. But at the end of the day, I mean, Fran will tell you it's not all about Fran Kirby, but it's brilliant, isn't it? The recognition, international players playing just down the road at the Madstad.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Look, Fran's been the same player since she was 8 years old, and that's what it's nice to see, and how she's developed. And she's very loyal to the club as well. She's grown up with the club, and to start the season how she did on Thursday night was fantastic.
Yeah, very much so. We've got so much to discuss. You're in no rush at all, Kelly.
No rush.
We've got you until 2 o'clock. Loads to discuss. But obviously, let's reflect on last week. It's important that you get off to a good start. 4-2 victory against a decent Yeovil side. 3 points on the board.
Yeah, definitely. We always knew that it was going to be a hard game to start away at Yeovil, midweek as well. But yeah, it was important for us to come away from there with 3 points. I wouldn't say the performance was the best, but at the end of the day, 3 points is 3 points, and we'll take that.
It's a game of numbers, Kelly.
Yep.
Sometimes it doesn't have to look pretty. I tell you now, if you duff one off the tee and you put one in the lake and then you chip in, it still says 4 on the golf club. No
Yep.
one knows how you do it. It still says 4. But so that was a fantastic start. And of course, the reason why we've got you, lucky to have you here in the studio, is because you're playing tomorrow afternoon.
That's correct. Yeah, we've got London Bees away at the Hive tomorrow.
At the Hive. No, sure it's not Bracknell Bees. You're not going to
No.
play ice hockey. What are they all about, London Bees?
Yeah, they had a tough season last season, but I know that they've strengthened and they've developed as a team, so it'll be a tough game for us.
I'm really interested, Kelly. There's so many questions, and I mean this, and I'm not saying it just because you're here. There's so many questions. They might be daft questions, but I'm going to ask them because I don't know the answers to the questions. You're talking about full time. You're talking about getting paid.
Yeah.
Questions that dare I say it, I'd be too scared to ask you in the street. But as you're in the studio, I'm going to ask you.
Go
So I'm
for
going
it.
to put you on the spot. I mean, Fran is now a full time professional. How does that work? Because who does she train with? Who pays her? How does she earn a living?
Yeah, no, she's a full-time professional. She actually trains with the Boys Academy under-15 squad every day, as well as has her own strength and conditioning programme from England. And yeah, her wage comes from the club.
How does she manage with that, or how do the lads manage? Are they comfortable with that? Is she comfortable with that, turning up every day and training? Because, how can I say, she could possibly embarrass one or two of the 15-year-olds.
I think she already has, if I've heard right. But she... It was a tough start for her to develop and to fit in with the lads, because we all know what lads are like at that age. But now she feels a part of it. She feels like she's one of them, and the boys show real respect to her. And yeah, she's pretty much just one of them.
So
now.
she does that day in, day out. And Reading Football Club actually pay her wages. She's on the wage bill, just like Pavel Pogrebniak, Simon Cox is.
Yep, that's true.
Possibly not earning that sort of wage.
No, I bet she would love to. But
So she signed a contract.
yep.
And she's pro. What sort of contract did she sign?
So,
Lengthwise.
5-year deal.
5-year deal. They don't often throw a 5-year deal at you. Blimey, that is a little bit of security. That's nice,
Yes.
isn't it? And how long before other Reading FC ladies, members of the team, if you like, get recognised, international recognition? Because, like I say, they are banging on the door, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. We've got a load of underage England internationals. We have quite a few Welsh senior internationals. We have about 7 now. Fran, well, obviously with England.
You're in good company, Kelly.
yeah,
Don't feel like starstruck talking to a Welsh international. So it's a matter of time. Then you feel that Fran Kirby is the international at the moment, the full senior international. It's a matter of time before other girls
there'll be others
follow.
following her, definitely.
You used to play,
Yes.
not anymore.
Nope.
Why are you laughing?
Because it's
Is it an age thing, or is it?
No, I had an ACL injury. The Jane Ludlow last season tried to bring me back out of retirement because she said there wasn't enough aggression, which I brought. But being a player manager or player coach at that time was very difficult, just to get the balance between the players and the coaching staff.
Your first tough question. I don't believe you can do that. I don't think that you can be a player manager.
No.
Oh, you agree?
Not.
Good.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think the modern day football now, you can't do it. There's too much.
Yeah, no, definitely not. I found it so hard to try and be one of the girls, but then not be one of the girls and still have that authority over them as well. It was very difficult.
Did you rupture your ACL?
Not fully, partially.
Okay. Did you have an op? Or just let things settle down?
No, I just had it cleaned out basically. But it was good timing in a way because the first team manager at that time was leaving and moving on into the boys' game. So I just stepped in his places.
Another question I don't know the answer to, so I'm going to ask it. When I had my injuries, or when footballers have their injuries, they get the best medical attention. You know, they're in hospital within 24 hours, having the operation and that. Everything's paid for. Who would settle that for you? You know, if you're not a professional footballer, if you're not getting paid by the club, about the medical expenses, the X-rays, the MRIs, the operations, and things like that. Where does that? Who foots the bill?
Back then, we didn't have. Obviously, we wasn't playing in the WSL when I done it, so it was a case of I went through the NHS, but through the guys that the club used. So I was quite lucky and got put through quite quickly. But nowadays, it's the club, we fit the bill and make sure that our players are getting the best treatment as possible.
When we're talking about full time, what do the rest of the girls, other than Fran, do then during the week? What, just normal jobs, I guess.
Yeah, some of them will work full time. Some of them are in university. Some of them coach part time. So they all have their own separate lives away from football, and then they train in the evenings.
When do you train? I was going to ask, how many nights a week do you train?
Just Tuesdays and Thursday nights. Solid 2-hour sessions, but they all have individual stuff to do on the other days that's set by us at the club.
I tell you, it's so organised, so professional now. I mean, I follow a few of the girls on Twitter. You're actually on Twitter as well, aren't you? You don't go on it. Yeah, you don't go on it much. I had a little scan on there this morning. But now, when you were going down to Yeovil, you were in the first team coach. I mean, everything is just like, Steve Clarke would travel to West Brom or maybe to Wembley in a couple of weeks' time. Everything is absolutely spot on, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's important for the girls to have a structure and make sure that they're preparing for games well. So Yeovil, we knew it was quite a trip. It's not a nice trip, but we stopped halfway, had pre-match meal for about an hour, and then we jumped back on the bus, and we make sure that everyone arrives on that bus. So
pre-match meal being...
normal stuff, so everything that the guys would eat.
Beans on toast.
Beans on toast.
Scrambled egg.
Lasagna, you name it, it's there.
It's nice though, and it's good. And when did that start then, that sort of professionalism? When you got involved with the Super League? Yeah, pretty much. There's, at the end of the day now, with the Super League, there's more money in the game. So we're able to do them stuff and make sure that the players are getting the best treatment as possible. What sort of crowds do you get, Kelly? Because like I say, I do follow it on Twitter, and social media is fantastic for that now.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic.
It's brilliant, and we got a lot of BBC Radio Berkshire listeners that follow you girls.
Good. No, it's good to hear. But last season, our highest one was 900 and something, but that's probably because it was at the stadium.
Yep.
At Medeski. But I think our highest after that was 400-500, which was against Chelsea Arsenal.
Fantastic. So. Did you get nervous?
Not really. I'd say I'm more focused. I want to make sure that my players are ready. I'm sure some of them get nerves, but I feel that nerves are good, and they make you care a little bit more about the game. So
we played a bit of Billy Ocean for the first song, and then during that Billy Ocean song, I said, Kelly, give me some of your music taste. You took the song. I think Billy Ocean was 4 minutes 21.
Yeah.
With about 5 seconds left, you threw Ed Sheeran at me.
Yeah.
You like a bit of Ed, do you?
I do like him.
Okay, this is just for you. More from Kelly Chambers, as I say, right up until 2:00. I'll give you the travel details in a moment or two, and I'll give you Berkshire's weather forecast for the all-important weekend as well. It's BBC Radio Berkshire, Adi Williams and Kelly Chambers live in the studio with you until, Kelly's here until 2. I'm right through.